Welcome back, scientists, for week 2. This week we're going to talk about the different types of weather there are and who a meteorologist is. This week you'll also be focusing on learning about what meteorologists do and how you get to be one right in your own home. Let's jump right in. Ah, who has watched TV and seen someone at the TV talk to you about the weather? So sometimes when mom and dad or grandma, grandpa, or anyone at home is watching the news, you see somebody telling you about the weather. That person is called the meteorologist. That person's called the what? A meteorologist. A meteorologist is someone who researches, so they're learning about and they're observing the Earth's atmosphere. Say atmosphere. Atmosphere, good. That's the really high point up in the sky where all the weather takes place. So a meteorologist is someone who learns about the different weather and they can help prepare us to figure out what kind of weather is coming up in the week. Right? Let's keep going. Let's learn about the different types of weather there are. Which type of weather is this? Yep, that's sunny. When it's sunny, is it hot or usually cold? Usually it's pretty warm when it's sunny. The sun's out, it's shining, there's very few clouds in the sky. Sunny is usually a really good day. Ooh, what kind of weather is this? This is cloudy. There's lots of clouds in the sky. You know, the sky sometimes looks kind of gray when it's cloudy. Usually what happens when it's getting cloudy? Yeah, usually sometimes that means that it'll rain soon. Good. Ah, here's our rain. Raining is another type of weather. Now look at this. Sometimes early in the morning, I notice that it's kind of hard to see. That's called fog. It's called what? Fog. It just means that it's kind of foggy. It's hard to see through. Ah, snow. Snow is another type of weather. We don't get a lot of snow here in Texas, but in other parts of the world, they get a lot of snow. They get a lot of it. Is snow, do you think, is it hot or is it cold in the snow? Yes, it's really cold. Just like in our picture here, our friend, she looks kind of grumpy from all the snow, so maybe she's cold. What's happening here? What kind of weather do we see? It's windy. So when it's windy, the trees are shaking, it's a strong breeze outside. That's called what again, friends? Windy. Now, sometimes it gets really windy to where it can become dangerous. Let's stop and think for a second. Do you know what kind of weather that's called? If it gets really windy, very windy, it can get dangerous. What do you think that forms? What kind of weather is that? Forms a tornado. It forms a tornado. Say tornado. Tornado is when the winds become very strong and it creates a tornado. They're very dangerous winds that when a tornado comes, you should seek shelter. So if you look here in this picture right here, here's a car in the photo. So that just shows you to scale how big tornadoes can become. So they're very dangerous. They can become very strong and pick up houses and break fences and even trees. Now, a tornado is just the wind. A hurricane, say hurricane. A hurricane is a tornado, but it also has water. So look at this picture here of the map right here. Excuse me. This is what a meteorologist would see. When they're studying hurricanes, they can study the ways that the hurricane's gonna go, where it's going to travel to. Now, what do you think this blue stuff on the map is right here? All this blue stuff right here. This is the water. Good. It's the different bodies of water. It's the oceans. Now that moves, so hurricanes move from the water onto the, what do you think this green stuff is? Onto the land. Good. So the hurricanes move from water and head towards the land. That's called a hurricane. It's called a what? A hurricane. So a tornado, is there water in a tornado? Nope, there's no water in a tornado. Is there water in a hurricane? Yes, there's water in a hurricane. If you look at this picture here, you can see that it's really, really windy. So both of them have really, really strong winds. But here in this picture with the trees, you can kind of see there's also raindrops. All right. All right, guys. Now let's move on to our activity. Now what we have here, we have the forecast. Say forecast. Forecast. So that's what the meteorologists look at, and that's what we see when we watch them tell us about the weather on the TV. So the forecast is broken up here into days. So this is Friday. What's after Friday? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Now, each day tells us what type of weather there is. Now, what you're going to help me do is we're going to look at our forecast and graph what we see on our tally chart. So right here we're gonna tally up what we see. So this first over here in this weather column, this is the weather column right here, and this is the total number of tallies. We're gonna put them in this column here. So this first one we see here, this says sunny. This weather says cloudy. This one says raining, and this one says snow. So let's go ahead and look at our forecast and tally what we see. All right, now the first day is on Friday here, and Friday, what do you think this is? It's a picture of the sun. Very good. Now I see a little cloud here. Is it a lot of clouds or a little bit? It's only a little bit. So should we put this under what column do you think? Which weather column should we put that in? Yeah, let's probably put in sunny would be a better idea because it's only a tiny little cloud. So here's my one tally for sunny. Now, we did that one. Let's go on to Saturday. Now look at Saturday. Yes, I see the sun too, and our little cloud again. So which weather are we going to put that under? The sunny again. Let me give it another tally. All right, we got Saturday done. Let's go on to Sunday. I noticed something a little different. We see the sun, correct, and this time we're starting to see more clouds. Excuse me, friends. We're starting to see more clouds. So, should we put a tally where it says sunny, cloudy, raining, or snow? I agree. I think this time we should put it under the cloudy. It is sunny, but I see some clouds. So I think that's a fair amount of clouds. So let's put it under cloudy. Now look at Monday. Let me cross off Sundays. I notice our sun, he's hiding a little bit more. It's peeking more. And we have a lot more clouds. A lot more clouds. Now scientists, you tell me. Do you see it raining in this picture? No, it's not raining yet. Is it snowing in the picture? Nope. Is it sunny in the picture? Maybe a little bit. You could argue it is a little bit, but it's more what? More cloudy. Very good. So let me put a tally by cloudy. All right, last one. Check it out. On Tuesday, what do we notice? Something totally different happened. What do we notice? We notice there's clouds, but what's coming out of the clouds? It's raining. Yes, it's raining. So where am I going to put my tally? Under sunny? Nope. Cloudy? Nope. Raining? Yes. Awesome. Great job, guys. Now let's go ahead and total our tallies. So for sunny, let's count how many we see. 1, 2. So I'm going to go ahead and label it 2. For cloudy, let's count how many we see. 1, 2. label it 2. For raining, we see only 1. Do we get any for snow? Nope, no tallies for snow. Boom. Awesome job, scientists. Now look at our graph here. Look at our graph here. Now we're going to label and we're going to fill out our graph. So this is called we can either do a bar graph or a picture graph. So today we're going to do a picture graph. Now every graph should always have a label. So when somebody else looks at your graph, they'll know what you're talking about. So let's label it weather. W-E-A-T-H with E-R says All right, weather. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the different weathers they have. So as I tap it, I want you to read it to me. This is cloudy. This one is rainy. This one is snowy. And this one is sunny. Okay, now here in our, going back to our tally, this is our data. Say data. Data. Data is the information we're going to use to then put on to our graph. Okay, so let's go ahead and label our data. This first one says cloudy. So let's go back to our tallies and let's see how many cloudy tallies we have. Go ahead and hold up that many fingers. How many tallies do you see for cloudy? 2. Very good. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 clouds. 1, 2. Oh, friends, Miss Russell apologizes. It's probably a good idea if we label right here on the side, if we label our numbers. So we start here at the bottom. We start with 1. Then right here at this next line, we're going to put 2. Keep going up. We're going to put 3, 4. Keep going up. 5. Ooh. 6. And 7. All right, guys. All right. So we have our 2 clouds. All right, so we're good for cloud. Jumping over here, what's this one called? Rainy. How many rainy days do we have? Look at our tally chart. How many rainy days do we have? Show me your fingers. Just 1. So let me make 1 raindrop. Okay. How many snowy days do we have? How many snowy days do we have? Do we have any? Nope. So I'm just going to leave that blank. Now, my last category is sunny. How many sunny days do we have? Go back to your tally chart and look. Awesome. We have 2 sunny days. So I'm going to go ahead and draw. How many suns do you think? Yes, I'm going to draw 2 suns and put 1 sun in each box so that when somebody else looks at my data, they're able to read it. All right, guys. You guys did an awesome job. Today we learned about the different types of weather. We learned about what a forecast is and who a meteorologist is. Remember, a meteorologist is someone who researches the Earth's atmosphere. Say atmosphere. Atmosphere. So they observe the different weathers there are and the patterns that weather makes. Now, it's going to be your turn. What I want you to do with somebody at home, I want you to go ahead and on a piece of paper, I want you to make this tally chart. So go ahead and make this table. Go ahead and label on one side that says weather and the other side is going to say total. And I want that whoever is helping you to help you label this as well. Sunny, cloudy, raining, and snow. What you're going to do, every day I want you to go outside and look at the weather. So today I want you to go outside and look at the weather. whatever type of weather you notice, I want you to then put a tally mark by the weather that you notice. So if you go outside and you notice that it's cloudy, you should put a tally mark by which category? The cloudy one. Good. And you're going to tally it one time every single day all the way until next Tuesday. And then when you're done, I want you to then graph on your picture graph, just like the one we just did. I want you to graph how many of each weather did you see from that week. I want you to graph it. Remember, I want you to label at the top, give your chart a name, and I want you to graph it and then email that to your teacher, Ms. Ribeiro, Ms. Cheney, or myself, Ms. Rasul. All right, friends, that's all I have for you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm so excited to see your graphs, and I can't wait to see what kind of weather you guys observed. See you next time, meteorologists.